In the glittering yet often treacherous world of reality television, where alliances form and shatter like fragile glass under the spotlight's glare, few moments capture the public's imagination quite like a good old-fashioned feud. The latest chapter in this dramatic saga comes from the set of Celebrity Traitors, a high-stakes game of deception and deduction that has gripped audiences with its blend of strategy, betrayal, and unfiltered emotion. At the center of recent whispers and speculation is none other than Jonathan Ross, the charismatic British broadcaster whose quick wit and affable demeanor have made him a staple on screens for decades. Ross, known for his eponymous late-night talk show and his unapologetic love for cinema and comedy, has found himself thrust into the role of the unlikely villain, or at least that's how some narratives have painted him. But in a candid revelation on his podcast, Real Talk, Ross has taken the reins, steering the conversation away from conflict and toward camaraderie, emphatically declaring that there is absolutely no bad blood simmering between him and his co-star Ruth Codd. Picture the scene, a lavish country estate transformed into a labyrinth of suspicion, where celebrities from various corners of the entertainment world gather not for a glamorous gala, but for a psychological battle royale. Celebrity Traitors, inspired by the global phenomenon of the traitors, pits faithful players against secret saboteurs in a quest to unmask deceit while protecting their own. Ross, with his decades of experience navigating the unpredictable waters of live television, entered the fray as a traitor, a role that demands cunning, charisma, and a poker face sharper than a stiletto heel. Ruth Codd, the breakout star from Netflix's Wednesday, brought her own fierce energy to the table. As a young actress with a reputation for raw authenticity and unyielding passion, Codd was poised to shine. Yet, her early elimination from the game sparked a torrent of frustration that spilled over into heated exchanges, including a particularly colorful outburst where she labeled Ross a F******ing snake, in a moment of unguarded meltdown. It was the kind of raw, unscripted drama that reality TV thrives on, visceral, immediate, and ripe for tabloid fodder. But Ross, ever the diplomat with a disarming smile, has dismantled this narrative with the precision of a seasoned host diffusing a tense interview. Speaking on Real Talk, a platform where he dives deep into the reels of film and the realness of life, Ross laid it all bare. "I don't think there was anyone there I didn't like," he confessed, his voice carrying that familiar warmth laced with self-deprecating humor. It's a statement that resonates deeply in an industry often marred by egos and grudges. Ross elaborated that while the game's structure meant he didn't interact as extensively with those eliminated early, like Codd and fellow contestant Nico Amalana, those connections have since blossomed outside the pressure cooker of the show. "I've spoken to both of them since and they're lovely," he shared, extending an olive branch with genuine enthusiasm. "I hope we can become friends." It's this optimism, this refusal to let the game's artificial tensions bleed into real life, that underscores Ross's character. In a world where feuds can derail careers and fuel endless cycles of drama, his approach feels refreshingly mature, a reminder that not every on-screen clash needs to end in off-screen warfare. Delving deeper into the origins of the so-called feud reveals the intense emotional undercurrents that define Celebrity Traitors. Sources close to the production painted a picture of Codd's raw fury in the wake of her swift exit. Having astutely identified Ross as a traitor, a deduction that showcased her sharp instincts, she watched in disbelief as her warnings fell on deaf ears among her fellow players. "It was AF****** any joke," she reportedly vented, her voice cracking with the weight of betrayal. The game's reliance on group dynamics, where paranoia and persuasion collide, amplified her sense of injustice. Codd felt sidelined, her insights dismissed in favor of safer plays, leaving her to grapple with the bitter pill of elimination. It's a scenario all too familiar to viewers, the brilliant strategist undone not by error, but by the herd's hesitation. For Codd, whose rise to fame has been marked by portraying resilient, outsider characters, this moment must have stung with personal resonance. A talented voice shouting into the void, only to be echoed back in silence. Ross, reflecting on these dynamics, offered a perspective shaped by his vast experience in the entertainment trenches. He's no stranger to high-pressure environments, having helmed shows that demand split-second timing and unflappable charm. Yet even he admitted to the unique intensity of Traitors. "It's all about those fleeting moments," he mused on the podcast, "where trust hangs by a thread." He recounted how prior acquaintances with contestants like Charlotte Church, the Welsh soprano turned activist whose powerful voice and principled stand have made her a cultural icon, Stephen Fry, the erudite polymath whose wit rivals Ross's own, and Alan Carr, the campy comedian whose infectious laughter could disarm any traitor, eased his entry into the game. These pre-existing bonds provided a foundation of familiarity amid the suspicion, allowing Ross to navigate alliances with a blend of strategy and sincerity. But it was the unexpected connections forged in the fire of competition that truly captivated him. Ross singled out his burgeoning friendship with Mark Bonnar, the Scottish actor whose brooding intensity on screen belies a warm off-screen presence. "We've stayed in touch," Ross revealed, swapping stories and laughs like old mates. Their rapport, born from shared challenges in the game, has evolved into something enduring, a testament to how adversity can unexpectedly knit souls together. Similarly, his rapport with Tamika, a contestant whose vibrant energy lit up the room, has led to invitations to exclusive events and lively group chats that buzz with inside jokes from their Traitors days. "She's a force," Ross said admiringly, "the kind of person who makes you want to show up." And then there's Kat Burns, the soulful singer-songwriter whose introspective lyrics have touched millions. Ross described her as "someone I genuinely like," a rare admission from a man who, by his own account, doesn't warm to people overnight. "I'm open to new friendships," he added thoughtfully, "but it takes time. Kat's one of those who just clicks." This tapestry of relationships highlights a broader theme in Celebrity Traitors: the collision of worlds within the celebrity sphere. The show isn't just about unmasking traitors. It's a microcosm of fame's complexities, where egos must yield to empathy, and strategy bows to spontaneity. Ross's reflections serve as a bridge between the game's manufactured drama and the authentic bonds it can nurture. As he prepares for the finale, an extended episode brimming with revelations, airing in a prime slot followed by a behind-the-scenes special hosted by the quick-witted Ed Gamble, Ross remains unfazed by the speculation. Instead, he focuses on the joy of the journey, the laughs shared in stolen moments, and the quiet satisfaction of turning potential adversaries into allies.